Deep within the verdant forests, rolling hills and bountiful vineyards of Provence lay a once idyllic French kingdom that had prospered in peace for generations, uncounted under the esteemed House of Verdot, ruled sagely from their grand chateau, crafted of shining white marble. Beloved King Henry and his radiant Queen Marie cherished their thriving dominion, and loyal subjects who held their wise tutelage in high. The venerable monarchs had knelt fervently, beseeching the heavens for a child to inherit their virtuous lands and people's steadfast devotion. On a crisp autumn night, as leaves shifted through kaleidoscopic hues, their prayers were answered with the delivery of a happy, healthy infant prince. Overcome with elation, the doting sovereigns hosted extravagant festivities throughout jubilant provinces to celebrate their newborn son and heir, christening him Prince Adam Charles Louis. Gifted from birth with life's every comfort and luxury within the castle's lavish halls, young Adam received an erudite upbringing from dawn's first light through dusk, from an esteemed cadre of tutors well versed in history, philosophy, governance, and diplomacy. Sadly, as the handsome Dauphin blossomed into striking manhood, he distanced himself increasingly from obligations and struggles of common folk, laboring vineyards, pastures, and forests below his lofty tower vista. Despite mentors' meticulous instruction, instilling compassion, fairness, and care for subjects irrespective of station, the privileged royal came to view peasants as inferiors, existing solely for masks and hunt's amusement. While hardscrabble farmers endured back-breaking toil from dawn till dusk, Adam dismissed management of vast lands as tedious duty and took subjects' unceasing fealty of an indifferent, disconnected prince, oblivious to hardships endured by those nourishing, bountiful fields yielding his pleasure. Resentment simmered dangerously as Adam hosted extravagant balls flaunting wealth and status. Upon the serenely picturesque chateau looming over pastoral valleys, tensions threatened pristine peace like storm clouds darkening a placid lake's surface. It was on one frigid All-Hallows Eve that the exiled enchantress arrived at the chateau's towering oaken doors. For years, she had observed from afar as indifference and arrogance hardened the young prince's heart. Where there was once a promise of mercy and compassion, Adam had taken root an iciness that threatened the peace of the kingdom. This night, she had come to test whether any warmth remained in his soul, or if darkness had consumed it entirely. As the sorceress strode through the gates unannounced, within the castle walls, a mighty blizzard was unleashing its wintry fury. Wind howled like tormented spirits through the barren trees as snow swirled in dense sheets. Against this tempestuous backdrop, a frantic pounding echoed down the chateau's ornately decorated hallways and corridors. The sorceress had arrived on the precipice of a decision that would alter the kingdom's fate as the tsunami blizzard raged its wrath against the stone walls and towering parapets. An urgent pounding resonated through the grand ballroom. There, nobles from across the province mingled and danced, untouched as of yet by the drama unfolding beyond. Stained glass windows painted with scenes of past eras. Through billowing entryway curtains swept aside, a frail elderly vagrant appeared, a ragged cloak clinging to worn flesh as she begged any soul for respite from the raging elements outdoors. Before the stunned courtiers dancing in silks and satins, her worn visage shifted and reformulated into ethereal loveliness. no longer a beggar on death's door, but an immortal sorceress of ancient power. She had observed the youngest Verdos fall from afar. "No kindness or mercy warms your icy heart any longer, Prince Adam," she declared, melodic tones cutting through festive music and chatter to send shivers down Adam's prideful spine. Her arrival signified a ruler's last chance at redemption, or a kingdom's ruin. With the languid sweep of her weathered staff, ominous sorcery permeated the opulent ballroom. Petrified onlookers bore witness as their pampered liege transformed before incredulous eyes into a hulking, monstrous beast, outwardly manifesting corruption, staining his once noble soul. Cursed lands and subjects alike were fettered to iniquity's yoke, until redemption's hand lifted shackles, binding spirits and hearts. Since ancient times, feel affection for so hideous a creature. Concealed deep amid lush woodlands, sheltering dreaming hamlets, lay the village of Villeneuve, home to a spirited maiden named Belle. While neighbors pursued frivolity, Belle took solace in times fueling her inquisitive nature, yearning to see vistas beyond verdant bowers encircling her simple life. Though comely in outward form, she prized valor, empathy, and intellect above all fleeting beauties. Even with the support of her father Maurice, an eccentric tinkerer given to whimsical notions, Belle maintained optimism facing hardship with dignity and grace. But on one fateful eve, Maurice ventured into foreboding forest shadows, only to be imprisoned within ominous oubliettes beneath a colonnaded chateau. At Wood's dark heart, his fate uncertain. Heartbroken yet undaunted, brave Belle sacrificed cherished autonomy to bargain his release from the enigmatic chateau's spectral master. Within towering onyx walls, cloaked in an aura of menace, stark terror seized her soul at the master's hulking, fearsome form. Yet within his haunted azure eyes, stripped bare by anguish and solitude, she glimpsed something deeper, a kindred loneliness and longing for companionship, to lift veils shrouding scarred souls for lifetimes gradually transformed into compassionate curiosity as mysteries within the cursed domain unraveled, especially within its immense, dusty library, igniting her dormant passions confined to daydreams under provincial constraints. Through endless evenings, conversing before the warm, flickering hearth, an improbable alliance took root between these two improbable companions, seemingly as different as moon and sun, yet intrinsically united in yearning acceptance, denied them since fateful moments, twisting destinies upon divergence's path. As seasons changed their hues outside looming castle towers, subtle transformations inexorably arose within its confining walls, where formerly lay only barren, desolate, emotional wastelands. In private alcoves, where once echoed only acrimony and despair, hushed conversations now took place heavy with implied hopes and promises. Lingering gazes and fleeting caresses spoke volumes beyond what dry words could convey, as affection kindled between the beast and his unusual loneliness, which had for so long tormented sensitive natures, gradually dissolved in the warming glow of kinship, ignited between kindred spirits against all logical odds. Compassion blossomed where hostility alone flourished, nourished by compassion and intellectual stimulation denied them previously. Soon tender whispers of comprehension began to spread, even amidst the bitter courtiers and servants, now little more than furnishings cursed to inertia within shadowy rooms. Resentment softened its edges as whispers of the beast's gradual reforms. If steadfast in cultivating their delicate yet nascent bond, taking fragile root despite deepening dangers as the enchanted rose shed its final velvet petals. The indomitable power of profound love and devotion may, at long last, shatter veils of darkness, eclipsing the radiance meant to illuminate their countryside, towns, and souls, since the mists of memory began. Physical and emotional barriers erected to divide them. The golden light of a new day might herald long-anticipated release from fetters imprisoning their territories, and hearts intertwined across lives, yet eternally separated by the merciless grip of malign intent. Compassion's conquest could transform their kingdom from a prison into a paradise at long last. But malignant forces conspired to extinguish hope's blossoming before it could seed redemption throughout forested valleys, steeped in nightmares since forgotten ages past. The bittersweet fate of prince, maiden, and kingdom, now dangled by a soul blood-red petal's wavering hold on life and dreams of futures forever altered, awaiting love's conquest. All ease watched on bated breath, praying a beautiful romance may outlast darkness talons clutching despair to its cold bosom for lifetime's unending.